Watching the silhouette from the candlelight, slipping and sliding a little more to the right. They say all the freaky bitches come out at night. Yeah, I'm the one that's full of fun, guaranteed to make you come. I'ma put it down for sure. Once you enter through the door, drop them drawers like you Denzel. I don't believe in snacks, you can get the whole meal. That's real.
You turn the microphone on?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Hello. How y'all doing? Welcome to Behind Closed Doors. It's your girl Latoya G here. How y'all doing tonight?
You got to be kidding me.
What?
I'm not dealing with
What?
Shaman Crown Warrior. What is you doing? You just
What are you talking about?
it's not me, it's you.
No.
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely
not me, it's you.
It's definitely you because you
Definitely.
wasn't even in the damn screen.
Well, I'm
Because
here. No technical difficulties.
it wasn't technical.
With myself.
Well, yeah, it was naturally a problem. Your
All right,
ass.
calm down. We here. Welcome to Behind Closed Doors, y'all. Make sure if you're tuning in, you like, you share the page. Let's share. Let's get everybody in on this topic because tonight's topic is
What? It's not me. It's you.
No.
Because you the fucked up one. Right.
Wow, Crown. I'm getting a lot of animosity over here. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, fine.
Whatever, I'm not dealing with you today.
All right, but you know what?
Just for this hour.
Just for this hour.
So
Okay.
What?
We gonna make it work for an hour.
You gonna try?
This was an interesting subject because we had this discussion when we was on hiatus about how in certain relationships things don't go right, and obviously sometimes people just believe it's not you, it's me type thing. This is why we not together. And then we came to the concept of what if it's not me?
What if it's not?
Maybe it's the person that I'm dealing with.
Right. You don't want to put up with those shenanigans. You don't want to put up with that bullshit they got going on. Because I don't have time for the bullshit. So, yeah.
You can have time for a certain amount of time, and then what I always figured out with women. You want to know my philosophy
What?
with women?
Please tell me.
I got a philosophy about
What
women.
what is your philosophy?
A woman will stay in a relationship for a long time, and they will take the good, the bad, the ups and the downs, and they will work through it.
Yeah.
At a certain point, when that woman says, I'm done, it's no coming back from that. There's
Right.
nothing you can do
Right.
to actually try to get back in their good graces and try to make it work. Because, in my opinion, and especially from personal experience, they've been grinding their teeth for some years
Years.
and trying to figure out how am I going to get out? Is it going to get better?
Right.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna take. You know what? I'm gonna let it go. Especially if you got a family,
Right.
they be like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to make it work."
For the kids.
You're
Right.
But once they gone mentally,
Right. And coming back.
they might have been there physically for a couple years,
Right.
3
Or
years,
mentally
checked out.
checked out.
And a lot of those things actually come to fruition a lot of times when you see in relationships. You don't do the same things no more.
Right. I think you're right about that. I think women just.
I'm usually right when it
so-
comes to women, but go ahead.
Okay. Women just stick around hoping that things will get better. That they'll put up with these issues with their significant other. That maybe they'll come around.
Insignificant other.
Insignificant other.
That's it. That motherfucker insignificant now.
Damn sure insignificant. True. Anyway.
Well, I mean, how do you feel as a woman? Because I mean,
we're gonna go through these topics, all right, and then we're gonna talk and we're gonna discuss it a little bit, okay?
okay.
Don't roll your eyes at me.
I didn't roll my eyes at you.
You blinked long. That's a roll.
Don't be doing
Okay.
that. Don't be doing that
So y'all,
in front of
we
the
have
people.
we have 11 signs you don't love your partner anymore. Okay, so we're gonna go through these topics, y'all. And if you want to chime in. Speak to us. Say hello, y'all. Say hello.
And
Yes,
actually,
and
if you have,
you have-
I mean, go ahead.
you have a story to tell, we want to hear it as well. You can also call in if you like. I like to hear from you. Not talking about Crown. I'm talking about me. Okay, so yeah. All right, y'all. So, when your partner tries to snuggle up or hang out with you, and you get annoyed.
I
Does
can see
happen?
that.
Right.
I
Like
can
I don't
see
want
that.
you. Why? If you're not treating me how I feel that I'm gonna say your woman is supposed to be treated in a good way, don't come to me when you wanna get intimate or you wanna cuddle up. Like I don't like pretenders. Don't pretend to you're not interested in 1 minute, but until it comes to the bedroom, then you want to be interested. No, don't be interested in me, period, if it's gonna be like that. I'm just saying. What?
No, that's a good thought, but men tend to think that if they hug up on you and say it's okay, I'm sorry, this, that, and other, and you get intimate, then
Because they
everything's
told
okay.
makeup sex is best sex.
I'm
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to
Sometimes.
say that. I can't speak for everyone, but I'm saying a lot of people actually think like, if I hey baby, I'm sorry, this, that, and other. And guess what?
Yes.
That's your fault.
Why?
Because if you mad at a man or you mad at your significant other, it can go either way. You shouldn't let them cuddle up on you and then have sex with them if you pissed. Because then it sends a different message to certain people. And of course, I can say some people just like, yo, I want to get it in. I want to get it in.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side to that, if it does go down, soon as it's over, you need to say, oh, I'm still mad at you. Somebody still got to go on the couch, something like that. It was just
Right.
but,
Like you're sleeping in the living room.
yeah, but
I'm taking the bed,
but
and
how many
that's that.
times do that?
It's
Everything is good. After you
it's stressful. I could definitely say that. It's very stressful. Okay. What you got to say,
I'm
Cram?
done with that. I'm just saying. I'm just taking devil's advocate. Don't fuck me if you hate me. I'm just saying.
Wow.
I'm-
Okay, so this is another one. You have to brace yourself emotionally just to enter your home. Did that happen to you before?
Yo, that shit is real.
That shit is real.
That shit is
Sometimes you
real.
prefer to stay out. You know what I'm saying? You
Yo,
don't want to
yeah.
face those issues, face those problems. I'm like,
I've been there personally
yeah.
because it's just like you almost feel it in like in your stomach as you driving home from work.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you moving, if you driving home from work and everything else,
Mhm.
it's done hurt me before. I got bubbles in my stomach, just like Then it's been times
Sure,
I
you
done
ain't had the
sat.
boo boo.
Nah, but it's been times I done sat in the car for like an hour,
Yeah.
listening to the radio, smoking a pack of cigarettes,
Looking at the front door like,
Looking
damn,
at-
I gotta go over
looking
there.
at the door.
Shit, I'm
like-
not ready yet.
hoping somebody sleep. If if it was
Right,
later or
right,
whatever,
right.
it's that and the other. It's been plenty of
Right.
times, but because you just don't you just
You
don't
don't
want
feel
no
like
bullshit.
right.
Yeah, but yo,
That's
that's
some real
stressful because,
shit.
your home is supposed to be your oasis. When you have a bad day and everything, when you actually get there, that's supposed to be your good time. But
Right.
when you making up excuses not to
I'm
take your ass
supposed to
home,
be happy to go home after work or wherever I'm at. That's supposed to be your safe place.
yeah,
And it's no longer your safe place. And that's an issue. If you having those issues, ladies, guys, whoever you are, it's time for you to move out or they have to
oh come on,
move
man,
or
you can't be calling for
something.
people
Like,
to move out.
move the fuck out. Why you have to keep dealing with that drama? Like,
Okay,
nobody want to keep dealing with
you
that.
can't be calling for people to move out.
They move out or the other person move out. What you want them to stay there?
Maybe
You know how
you need to have a conversation.
you know how refreshing and relieving to the soul, the body, the mind it is once that person leaves.
Move on to the next topic. Don't be condoning nobody to be moving out and stuff yet.
No, seriously, because why go through that drama? Like, somebody got to go.
Did anybody have a conversation?
That's the problem. The conversations ain't being had. Like, nobody wants to have they don't want to have the conversation. They don't want to entertain that topic.
Y'all need to go see y'all pastor or something.
Pastor.
Go ahead. What else when it's notification that something wrong in the relationship?
You're actually more concerned with keeping them from getting mad than you are about keeping them happy. That's some crazy stuff. I understand this. You know what? I understand a lot of this thing going on.
Speak on it.
I've been through these issues before. Okay, like you just don't want to get them angry or anything because you don't want to deal with that drama. I guess you don't want them to not speak to you, or you don't want to not have that communication with you. I don't know. I don't want to be. Only time I have communication with you is when we're arguing. Like, I don't. No, that's boring. I don't. That's corny. I just.
So you basically
basically
your
what?
job is just basically to pacify them so they don't get angry. That's how you
That
actually
happens.
feel.
Yes,
Yeah.
that definitely happens. Yep. You walking on eggshells, basically. You know what I mean? And that could go with like not wanting to go home as well, because once you get home you're basically walking on eggshells just to keep a calm atmosphere, you know what I mean? So
I feel that.
yeah, it's stressful.
Well, it's done with that term "happy life, happy wife" then, because then
Wife ain't happy. Wife is miserable, honey.
So you gotta fake it.
You gotta fake it.
Men fake it to make it too. Shit.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yes. All right, I like that one. Oh, this is a good one.
What's that?
Where did it go? It's something about. Let me tell you right now, guys.
I have read an article that I thought was interesting and I thought that was essential to this thing. They said you basically on autopilot. It's
Okay.
like you just have a routine and you stick to the routine, and it's just like, okay, we live our life this certain way. You're not actually, and I interpret it as though in a relationship, this person has their responsibilities, you have their responsibilities. At a certain point, y'all come together throughout the day, evening, this, that, and other, and you really don't connect.
Right.
I can say in my relationship, and I can get personal because I don't have a problem with that.
Ooh, get personal.
At a certain point when I realized we didn't have conversations anymore that didn't have to do with kids or the bills or insignificant conversations about.
You have nothing in common.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't
No
say
conversation.
wouldn't have nothing in common, but all the conversations would be about kids, bills, about work. It wouldn't be about and it was basically bitching about work. One of the other was about bitching about work or something like that. We didn't talk. We wasn't talking about us or what we was going to do or planning, dates or things like
Right.
that. It was just in all about make sure the bills get paid, the kids got fed, people got to the doctor, people got to their games, this, that, and other. It was no true blue intimacy.
Right.
And I'm not. And when I say intimacy, I'm not talking about I'm saying whereas though intimacy in a conversation, whereas though we were on the same page, whereas though intimate with one another about or affectionate. So
Okay.
and
I think that plays a big part in a relationship. You need that intimacy. You need that intimacy. You need that conversation, but outside of just kids or work or you know what I'm saying. You need to have something to speak about. What brought you together in the first place before you had them kids and stuff. You know what? Them hands are sounding kind of dry over here. Except blows you. Shit.
no, honestly, but I can see how people's relationships can go on autopilot, especially after you're together for so long. It's just repetitive what goes on. In the stint whereas though uh, Thursday nights we watch this together. This Sunday church, not me going to church, but Sunday church football. This just repetitive, and it's just like, what are we doing different?
Yes, change it up.
Like, oh, it's been 6 months and we've been doing the same daggone thing.
Damn thing,
Oh,
right?
Oh, the only big thing is a kid's birthday or some holiday,
right.
And then it's like you start to grow apart.
I understand that.
You become different people,
Right.
as you get older, and it keeps on going on. But I figured a lot of, and I think we discussed this before in previous shows about still when you're in a relationship, you still need to date one another.
Right.
You still
It's
have to have
important.
a life separate from your children because what wound up happening is it gets stale and old, and then you start looking elsewhere or you just not happy where you at.
Right.
Always got to have a conversation though.
That's the problem. No conversations are being had, I don't think. So people lack communication. We always say that, but it's very true. People don't know how to speak to each other. Like to really say how they really feel. You know what I mean? I think people just afraid of what the other person might think of how they really feel.
Then you live in a lie.
Exactly. That's exactly what's happening.
You should be able to say whatever to one another if you're in a committed relationship.
And that goes to what we just spoke about. You don't want to make them angry. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to make them upset. So you don't want to say something wrong that is going to get them to that point. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, how about we bang on the point? This is because the topic is it's not
me, it's you.
So, one of the things that I realize when I talk to a lot of different people as they grow apart from their significant other is, especially if they dealt with them in a younger age.
Yes.
And then as they get up, they just become
change.
Two different people.
They change. Yeah. Especially if you, like you say, you been dating since you was young and now y'all done grew up. Maybe one person wants to do something different, and their spouse or something doesn't approve of that.
Do tell.
Do tell.
Example.
I was saying, okay.
Give example to the people.
Give an example. I don't feel like giving examples right now to these people, but
example of a career change. You might be doing.
Well, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, all right. I'll speak for myself.
Here we go.
Okay, because that's what you want me to do. So
yep.
I guess I'll open up a little bit to you guys. I'll just open up. Okay, I am married. Okay.
That sucks. Sorry to hear that.
I know, right? But we're not together. You know what I mean? So, and I think um a part of that is because I am more of a, I think he just wanted that housewife, but still want you to work and just come home and work, come home. But I don't want to do that. I want to expand. I'm young. I want to see things. I want to do different
She
things.
want to see stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like me being on the show. You know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors. If I was still in a relationship with him, he wouldn't approve of it.
Of this?
Of this. He wouldn't approve of it.
This is so insignificant.
He wouldn't approve of it.
This is an hour a week.
It doesn't matter.
This is fun.
It for us, right?
Okay.
Yes, but for him it's not fun. He wouldn't approve of it. So even the things as far as me managing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't approve
No
of
support.
that. No support. No support.
This is what when it's not you, nor not me, it's you.
It's you.
What you're speaking of, I have several other friends that are in relationships and they're constantly fighting with their significant other about expanding their horizons.
Right, right.
Going back to school. Why? Why you want to do that? This,
Right.
that, and other.
Right, right.
Or trying to, hey, babe, let's go out. Let's go to see a live band. I don't like that. We don't ever do that. Let's do something
Want to do
different.
something
Let's do
different.
something different. And, or you get this. Have you ever heard this? Maybe you have. When you got with me, you knew I was a homebody. You know I didn't really had that many friends. You know I didn't go out a lot. So why you want to change now?
Or not even when you used to going out a lot and then it just changed. Now he's turning to this homebody, or he or she turned to this homebody. And that's something that you're used to. You want to go out. You want to be around people. You want to hear music. You want to dance and do all these things. And they're just not interested in it. You know, so that becomes a definite problem.
Because what happens is whoever this person is has evolved.
Right.
They have become something else. They have especially, what the biggest thing that a lot of people what people in this situation don't like you to do is have new friends. You might you meet somebody at work and they might be a little bit more of a go-getter and interested in certain things, and now you interested in certain, or God forbid somebody, you come home with a new book that you read and now you getting some ideals.
Right.
They want, I always think it's good to evolve and change over a certain amount of years, but is the best way that happens is if you bring that person along with them. But a lot of times you don't have anybody that's open to that, and that's where it comes to where as though now the relationship is starting to split apart because you are here. Maybe y'all been here,
right.
but now you are here, and they continue to stay right here,
Right.
and
Right.
they are reluctant to move up, and now they are actually upset with you
Because you want to keep moving
you
forward.
changing.
You change.
Why are you changing? Why are you
I
doing
feel like
something
if it's not a change for the worse, it shouldn't be an issue. If somebody's trying to find their self, I think that's a problem when you're in a relationship, especially in a young relation. When you're in a relationship young, you don't know who you are. So as you get older, you trying to find what you like, what you want to do,
who you want to be.
who you want to be. And when your significant other sees you're trying to do this, especially you're trying to do it without them sometimes, like it becomes a problem. So that's my take on that.
That's just you just what we basically start talking about is you start losing common interests.
Right.
The things that you used to love doing together, one of the people don't specifically like that anymore.
Right.
So you, like you said, you used to go out. You used to go to these
Right.
Now you still want to do this. You still want to date. You still want to have fun. And they just like,
Right.
nah, we live together now. We married. We don't got to do that stuff anymore.
So
And-
now, like, you feel because you're married, things got to stop. You used to buy me flowers. I'm just saying, I'm just talking in general. You used to buy me flowers, and now you don't anymore. So I like flowers and stuff. So now,
flowers just because it's Tuesday?
no flowers because it's flowers.
Because it's just Tuesday. I mean, it's no event. It's no
It's
special
just
reason.
because,
Yeah.
because, you know.
That's how he got you? That's what I'm saying?
No, that wasn't it.
Well,
That
they
wasn't
say how
it.
they get you. That's how they keep you. So
Right.
if you give flowers just because it's Tuesday, you need
Right.
to keep on giving flowers
Because it's Tuesday. Tuesday was it Thursday, Friday.
Right, right.
Oh, come
You
on
know,
now.
You supposed
You
to
know?
be his Women Crush Wednesday, I guess.
Right.
Is that what you saying?
Right. Yep.
All right.
Yes, that's
See?
exactly what I'm saying. So, and you stop that. Like why do you have to change up? That's a negative change
Yeah,
right there.
But another reason that may have happened is emotional, physical,
Mm-hmm.
or emotional or like mental or even physical health issues.
Mm-hmm.
That actually drives people apart too, because especially I know they say for better or for worse, but we can be obvious. Some people are not built to deal with people's shit.
Right.
And it's terrible to say that, but some people are just built when you are in a good place, but they can't handle if you
When you're in a
actually-
bad place.
You're right.
And
It's
that's
sad,
a part of people don't realize that's a part of a relationship. You go through ups and you go through downs, highs and lows, guys, highs and lows.
But
Okay, it ain't
it's-
always gonna be sunshine. Okay, sunshine and roses. Okay.
Yeah, but
So-
it's very difficult to deal with like for instance, if you're dealing with somebody in your relationship and they have depression or deal with like anxiety and they may be actually having some type of I think, and this is sad to say, I think people can deal with somebody in a relationship better if they having some type of physical trauma, some health issue physically, to the extremes, like a disease, having
What do you-
cancer,
Okay.
having cancer,
Okay.
or being physically sick,
Mm-hmm.
because they can see it
Right.
being there for them. It is,
Right.
but I think it's harder for somebody
Like
to deal with
depression.
mental
Or
stuff
right.
that you
They don't
can-
understand.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
in that sense, it's still not me. It's you.
Right.
It's you.
Right. Right.
It's you, the person that can't deal with the fact
Right.
that the person that you love
Mm-hmm.
is going through some mental stress
Right.
and anguish, and you might actually be part of it and
Right.
caused it.
Right. It's true. Yep. You think we change at 40?
Change at 35.
Um.
That's the age when women actually can fuck. But okay, let's go with 40.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Women change at 40. I believe that
Menopause?
everybody don't be getting menopause at 40.
No.
But
Oh,
you do be having to change it. You know what? That's interesting because I know several women. I know a lot of women that's around the age of 40 and a little bit of, and they do be having changes in their cycle and their attitude. So you might be correct in that.
Women's cycles change
But that's
about every 5
okay.
years.
So that's definitely you, not me. Then in my case, shit.
He said, "Don't
That's
have
you
to do with
got- you
right?
got it
Like,
all
you got
fucked
the
up.
issues.
You
You
got
all
that
fucked up.
issue.
Okay.
But in that case, all right. Now that's something physical that converts into something emotional too, because that can have emotional consequences, and a person has to be able to deal with that.
Right.
Whoever is in which they have to deal with your mood swings, your hot flashes,
Mm-hmm.
your flare up when you gotta go run to the store and go get some chocolate cake for that motherfucker. I don't know.
Ooh, chocolate cake. Oh, sorry.
Don't start. Don't. Here you go with that. See, I got you started
Why you do that?
because I knew it was going
No,
to
I'm
ring
going
a bell.
through something
But
right now.
I mean, women's tolerance level is short when they going through their.
It's like, I don't know, at a certain point of constantly dealing with bullshit, you get tired of dealing with it. I don't know, like, we have more, I guess, we have more tolerance younger. I, do we?
Maybe women. I think men have more tolerance when they get older.
When they get older?
Hmm
Okay.
Because I think it's the opposite in some instances. Because men are usually when they're young and dumb, they high headed. They throw shit. They toxic masculinity. They punch walls. They scream and howl. They look at me, this, that, and other.
Right.
But as you get older, you get more calmer and you become more settled, and you realize about the dumb shit that you did when you're younger, especially after if you have kids and go through relationships, have been through relationships and seen the ups and downs, and maybe have lost relationships. You become more subdued and more tolerant. And I think that's a positive because if we are on opposite spectrum, now the woman in that relationship or in a later relationship is high strung. As a man being more calm, you know how to just be like, all right, babe, whatever you say, this, that, and other, and you deal with it better. Whereas though, if you're young, you be like, fuck that shit.
I was just about to say, fuck that shit.
When you younger, you do say that.
Listen,
Right?
right now I'm saying, fuck that shit. Okay. So at the end of the day, your partner is just another fish in the sea. It's true. It's plenty of fish out there. It definitely is plenty of fish out there, especially people you feel sometimes you lose yourself being in a relationship. You think that
Do tell.
can you shut up and let me talk?
Do
you
tell.
lose yourself in that relationship, and then you don't feel like, I guess women have a hard time leaving relationships. They feel they're not gonna find another person like that person,
Who
which
fuck want
was
you with all them
like,
kids?
which is
I'm playing devil's advocate. Don't nobody shoot me. I'm playing devil's advocate. But these are things that I know for a fact that I hear from women that their men have told them. They've told
right,
them who's going to want somebody with 2 or 3 kids.
right, mhm,
Ain't nobody going to want you
right,
and take care of them kids. So why you think you better off leaving me?
right,
Which is wrong.
mhm.
And I would tell you that because once you get a certain age, you can't expect to find a woman that don't have children.
Exactly, that's true. Or a man that doesn't have any children, vice versa.
And
Right.
that goes back to another show when Soy was like, I ain't messing with no dude with no kids.
I said I'm not messing with no dude with no kids.
And
No,
then you changed it. You changed it to next week.
did I?
Yeah, you did.
I can't say I ain't gonna deal with a guy with kids. When I got kids, shit, it was a certain age. That's what it was. I didn't say no kids.
Rules?
It was rules. We'll talk about that another time.
Rules,
But
see?
yes.
See, she used to always make fun of me because I had rules about dating.
See, I get it from you.
Well, if they're a certain age, it's appropriate.
Because like you said, like about between baby to 3, 4. Like I'm just saying, you just kind of getting out of you haven't been separated that long. And even, you got to take care of your damn kids. Shit. Like,
That's why I never dealt with a woman that, for instance, it had to be like around 5 years.
5 years?
That they had to be apart from their last significant other. Like if their baby daddy, it had to be like 5 years into whereas though they actually have been maybe dated some other people, this, that, and other. But if the ex-husband or the baby daddy is still in the picture trying to get back with them, this, that, and other, you got to get some space. And plus, I can't deal with nobody that got kids that ain't already in school.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's a
Does
rule.
does daycare
That
count?
used to. No, my rules done elevated now.
You change your rules all the time,
Well,
don't
I
you?
had to change all right. Once your kids get older and get a certain age, you just be like, hey, you know, it
Right.
got to be somebody. It's it got to be somebody special.
Mm.
And actually, whereas though, if you want to deal with somebody that's like got somebody that's a toddler, what the fuck?
Oh gosh, Crown.
The topic is it's not. Hey, Deidre. The topic is it's not
It's not me,
me.
it's
It's
you.
you. When you're
Hello,
dealing in a
Deidre.
relationship and you actually find out that you good,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the person that you with that you just don't want to. You don't want to be with anybody else. It's not like you. And I think we have a misconception that when we break up with somebody, the first thing they ask you
Is it
is this
someone
somebody
else?
else? And when you say no, I think they take that
Hey,
harder and don't
Tina.
believe you.
Right.
But it's no.
Right.
I just don't want to be
I
with
just
Chaz.
I just don't want to be with you. I want to man, I want to work on me. You know what I'm saying?
You need some working on, but
Maybe
that's
I
a whole
need to
nother
work
story.
on I just want to work on me. You know what I mean? Cuz I just been cooped up for so damn long.
This is
You know what I
not
mean?
working.
What's not working?
I'm just saying. This is not working.
It's not working. Like
I wasn't talking about
I
our
know you're just
partnership.
talking
You
about
look, you got scared for a minute. She was like, "What do you mean?"
not really.
But it's
But
like, no, this is not working.
right.
It's and why is this not working? It's you, motherfucker. It's you.
Right, right.
I don't want to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to be with somebody else. I'm not happy with you. You don't.
Or you don't see yourself growing with them.
I right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's absolutely because just like Pierce, at certain stages in our life, we become different people. We become more confident with who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Now we want to share that with somebody. We want to evolve with them.
Right.
We want to get greater and bigger and better with them. But like I said, you still down here and I'm up here and you refuse to come up where I'm at, then that's where we can't see eye to eye.
No. Mm-mm. It's a problem.
And a lot of that, I think a lot of that happens with the way men try to dominate, and this can happen with women too. Whoever perceives themselves as being the dominant person in the relationship, and that this person that's what they would call the submissive one, actually goes out and does something to just try to better themselves, and maybe actually becomes better. They can't handle that.
Like if that your significant other trying to become better, that will benefit you too in the long run. So I don't even see what would be the issue. It's just no faith. You have no faith in that person. You know, so you don't believe that they could do something better. You don't believe that they could be a better person. You know, you just think that they need you all the time when they actually
Biggest thing
don't.
with that is a lot of times that comes with finances.
It's
A
a
lot
big
of time,
problem. Mm-hmm.
especially like in heterosexual relationships, the men basically want to be the breadwinner, and that I always said in earlier shows like last season, most men measure their status by their dick size and their bank account. So when they actually deal with
Go ahead. I'm listening.
dick size, bank account,
Right.
cause that's just how men think. But they can't handle if they dealing with a female that's successful, that makes their own money, or God forbid makes more money than them. They feel emasculated.
Yeah.
But that's is what society has been taught to them,
Right.
and how they believe. It's maybe it's their belief system or how they were brought up, and also and in certain instances, which I don't like to constantly beat on, but some religious factions have them believing that they are supposed to be the head of the household and their woman is supposed to be submissive to them, and they can't handle not being, aka whatever, the king of the household.
Some of these men got it fucked up right now because, like you said, they want because this is how you was brought up. The man is the king of the house, the castle, you know, and but what the fuck? You if it
a lot more this season.
if it's supposed to be like that, then you should go provide for your household. You know what I'm saying? But these days, men, which I understand, they want the woman to be, or the woman wants to work. You know what I'm saying?
That's
She wants
been going
to
on for years.
yeah, like but in a lot of religion, the men, some cultures, the men take care of the home, the women stay home.
Okay.
You know, but you want the woman to go to work, come home, cook, clean, do this, do that, do that, do that, but you don't want to take out the damn trash.
Oh,
Like,
now we doing gender roles again.
why not? Shit, fuck it.
We're not gonna do gender roles again.
Tina said people don't understand that shit sometimes. That's when you have to go raw dog on their ass. What do you?
Of course, I was waiting for
What do you
hear that from
mean,
Tina.
Tina?
Tina don't understand what the topic
mean?
was talking about. How women can be dominant and can do the things, and that's why she just needs to go bust them upside the head. I expect that from you, Tina. Love you for it.
Deidre said, I think the older you get, the less you see it as a problem being alone, especially if you're coming out of a long-term relationship.
Thank you, Deidre. You're absolutely correct. I agree with that 100%.
Do you?
Yes, because guess what? If you come out of a long-term relationship, you need to get better with yourself. Learn how to be
Definitely.
with yourself. And
That
you
is a
can't just
problem
jump into something else.
Right.
And guess what? You know what the goddamn problem is, in my opinion, and I'm going to use my opinion? People
They don't want to be lonely?
People are fine. Some people are fine with being alone.
Yeah, I love being
You
alone.
know what the
I'm
problem
sorry. I
is?
love being alone. Maybe that's the cancer in me. I
It's
don't
your
know.
friends or outside your friends or your family. They want. Oh,
Right.
They push you.
Right.
Look, I done said plenty of times on this network and on this daggone show. I don't see myself sitting on no goddamn porch drinking lemonade in the fucking sunlight with somebody else standing next to me, sitting next to me when I'm in my 60s. I don't see it. I don't want to see it.
Okay.
But I'm saying, I'm
Right.
okay.
You're
What's
okay
wrong?
with that, right?
Right.
Right.
But somebody else would be like, oh, that just seems so sad and this, that,
But
and
I don't,
other.
because society makes it
Fuck society.
seem like you supposed to. That's why people want to rush
ahead,
into
go ahead, I'm
marriages.
sorry.
That's why people want to rush to marriages. People that never been in a damn marriage before want to rush to a damn marriage. Like, what? You gonna hurt yourself.
Preach.
What you talking about?
It always seems like people that want to get married is the people that
That
never been
in a
married.
Like
Like it's just like, oh, everything is just magically supposed to be perfect and
everything
all
supposed to
good
just fix once you
I
get
say I
married.
do.
No.
It's still fucking work.
It's more
I'm
work.
sorry.
It did if you don't want to be with that person. Now you got to pay more money than you paid to get married for a damn divorce. I'm just saying. So where we at now? Some men can't handle a
Said yes.
dominant woman. Some men can't handle dominant women. That was P.
Dominant women doing what? Making money? Or just being on top? Which one you talking about? Come back to me on
I
that.
think they can handle the top part. I think they like the top
Shit,
part,
somebody
but the
can't
money.
do that hula hoop.
Oh,
All
do
right.
the hula hoop on their ass. All right.
Read what Deidre said, because she
Where's
always got
Deidre?
Deidre at the bottom. Read that.
The king provides for his family. You can't be a king with lint in your pocket, okay? Laying on fucking wait, hold on. Laying on
sheets
fucking sheets and can't afford to buy the damn Tide to wash them. Like, some of these people got it twisted. Like, and women still treat, I ain't gonna say all women,
It's a lot of them.
but it's a lot of them that do put up with that couch potato guy. Like, it still treat him like a king, like
don't
he
never
doing something.
understand.
Like, get your ass off that couch and go get your ass a job or something. Go make some deliveries or something. We got too much shit out here for you to do. We got posts. You know what? I ain't even gonna shout it because I ain't getting paid for naming all these companies, but it's so many places you could just go deliver food and shit and get a couple dollars. Go do something, you lazy ass bum.
No, but the
I'm just
fact
saying.
is, It's your fault. You allow it.
Right.
Maybe
You
not the
probably
women
first
that's
of all,
watching now, but
first of all, you
people allow
probably
it.
you probably started taking care of his ass from the beginning, and he got comfortable with that shit.
See, that's
Like
what that
no,
good dick do to you, y'all.
you
Just
was
saying.
you paid for that first meal on that first date. I'm just saying.
Preach it.
Like,
I don't
no.
understand it.
I don't.
Yo,
I don't
it's so funny. Now,
that's
look,
where you messed up at, boo.
I was listening to a podcast last week, and it was these three young ladies, and I say young, they were around your age. They were in their
Young.
early 30s. She ain't that young, but in their and they were in their 30s, and they were in the West Coast, and they talked about how East Coast women have it better when it comes to relationships with men.
Why?
Because they said over on the West Coast, men don't provide.
In the
Like,
West Coast?
They were going about their history by saying men don't open doors.
No
They don't-
chivalry.
Right, they have no chivalry. It's no like the first, bringing flowers. There's no actually paying for the first date, and like, and they know because they said they have lived in all different parts of the country, and like they say people on the east and people that the men down south have chivalry,
Yeah.
whereas though it's automatic. It's not a big deal about like opening a door or paying for a meal or things of that nature. So when men go over to the West Coast and the women, you treat a woman like that, you in like Flynn. It's so fucking easy for doing exactly. And I've actually seen this in my experiences with female friends of mine. They would tell me that, oh, he paid for dinner, or he was such a gentleman, and this, that, and other.
And what you looking like? And he supposed to do that?
Good night, Deidre. Thanks.
Good night.
Okay.
Uh-oh, get that PS5.
Do she got to stand in line for that? Or are they out for sale now?
I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
I would never. I'm sorry.
I think sometimes them things you got to sit in line for them damn shoes and those video games like that. All right, but yeah, it's so
Different.
the game done got so twisted. Whereas though doing what you're supposed to do is now looked at as like a big deal.
Right. Because a lot of women aren't used to that. They're not used to someone opening their doors, just being considerate and generous, or just showing you that they like you, interest.
You know what? Another big thing, whereas though people, when it's not me, it's you.
What?
And this is something that has happened in the last 10 years. People live longer
They do?
in life.
Okay.
People live way past higher into their 70s, 80s, 90s. So a lot of people that have been together for 30, 40 years wind up getting divorced because they realize they have maybe 15, 20 more years
It's
of
a
life.
go. Right.
And
They don't want to
not
waste
spending
it.
right.
Right. They want to enjoy themselves. They want to party. They want to drink if they want to. Don't have nobody complaining to them in their ear, complaining,
It's plenty of
just
people
nagging.
nowadays
Shut your ass
that's
up.
in their 60s and they wind up late 50s, 60s and wind up leaving their relationships, their marriages, and move on because they look. I got 20 more years. I ain't dying next to this bitch. I got to go. I'm serious.
Right.
I'm serious.
And I think some women, or even
It's
whoever,
me too.
men,
Too. Yeah.
you got so comfortable home. You just looking like, what the fuck? Now you want to spruce up your looks and stuff like that. Now your other person looking at you like, what you doing? I just want to look good. They don't understand that. You know what I mean? So
And
it's like I can't even look good in peace.
You go
You know what I'm
take
saying?
your little tango class.
Tango.
You go take your little dance
Your
class.
little pole
Or
class.
you go to your little, water aerobics and everything.
Something like you wanna feel good, especially now you get older. You get older. You wanna treat your body good. You know what I'm saying? You wanna feel good.
And in a lot of cases, that significant other can't handle
Can't
that you
handle.
evolving.
Right. That's
I
Shit.
think
Come on now. Let's get it together. Why we can't evolve with each other? You know what I'm
some
saying?
people not built for it. They not built for it. If I was married, my spouse can only live to be 80. That's
That's
it.
it.
I'm
I'm
done.
done.
Okay, so they can only live to be 80. So once they 80,
What you gonna
you
do?
gonna leave. Okay,
You gonna leave him?
all right, I got that. I got that.
Okay.
Cause I'm if I live to be 80, I ain't gonna be one standing next to no fucking 80-year-old chick anyway.
All right. This is a good one. This is a good one. You aren't completely sure you care if they die. Like if you gotta think of somebody like what was the
That's
scenario?
horrible.
Right.
If you don't care if your significant other died,
Right. This is the scenario. It says, imagine the following scenario. You get home, then get a call from the police saying that your significant other has been found dead of a heart attack at the office. How would you feel if that's happened? You know what I'm saying? Would you care? Would you be like, oh shit, party time? Or would you be sad? You know what I'm saying? Like you feel free. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes a death to feel free. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I
Like
don't even want to be
I
in
don't.
that scenario.
I don't. Come on. We all gotta go one day. It's like who
Thank
gonna
God
go first?
it's-
Like
Thank God. I'm sorry you died, but it's party time.
okay.
Respect that for me.
It's horrible, especially if you have kids stuff. I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that person done got on your nerves so bad she done stalked you, bullied you, cyber bullied you. Like maybe it's time.
Been physically aggressive towards you.
Physically aggressive, like mentally abusive. Like come on now. Grow up. Some people don't know how
It is
to
party time if you
take.
got insurance on that motherfucker.
Oh shit. Get insurance on these motherfuckers.
You should always have insurance anyway.
Yes.
That's
You
the
should-
Smart, it's the
All
smart
right.
thing to do.
Y'all, this was a good topic. I enjoyed this topic, Crown. This was a great topic. So, next week, make sure
She
you.
said, "Save me from poisoning that bitch."
She said, "I will give you a bowl of cereal with a teaspoon of bleach, bitch." Sorry.
Nah. Nah, the thing about women when they poison you is it's a long-term poisoning. They usually put it in your
It goes
tea
on. Yeah,
for
it
like
goes on for a
weeks or
time.
months. Yeah,
Right.
Just small doses.
Don't do that shit. I don't want to go to jail. I don't.
That's why I don't eat women's food.
I don't want to go to jail, so I'm not poisoning nobody. It's not that serious to me. Like you gonna go on your own time. I'm not rushing you. Like I'm not doing all that. So I'm good. Like
All right.
all right,
So
y'all.
what the fuck we
So
talking about next week?
next week, I want narcissists. Like being in a relationship with a narcissist. Like I like that. I want to talk about this. Like we're talking about it. Fuck
Being
it.
in a relationship with Donald Trump.
If okay, he's a narcissist.
You like that? I don't know if that's the correct term, but that should be interesting.
It's very difficult being in a relationship with a narcissist, dating a narcissist, having narcissist parents. Like just is not easy, you know. So that's what we're gonna talk about next Thursday, y'all. So make sure you guys tune in next Thursday at 8 p.m.
And bring your stories.
And yeah, bring your stories. I want to hear some juicy shit, y'all. I want to hear something.
It's somebody had to be
Because
out there.
it's
dating
too.
somebody
It's a
that's
bunch
so
of narcissists out here
that's so
that I
self-absorbed.
should not hear a story. Okay.
Man, so
So,
self-absorbed.
like, come on. We want to hear these stories, all right? Also, if you got any R&B indie artists, we looking for music videos. If you have any music videos, if you know anyone that has any music videos, please send us email submissions at plugstudionetwork.com. Okay, if we like your video, we will play it on the show. Okay. So yeah,
Also-
we got a lot of other shows.
Here we go.
What? Yes, we have a lot of.
What
Go
we
ahead,
got?
Go ahead. 'Cause you
Sundays is usually the weekly update for this the network. Sunday evenings. Monday we have Let It Out
let it out.
with Tobocious 7 o'clock on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
Then on
Tuesdays.
Peach Radio.
Peach
show,
Radio.
So around 8 o'clock. We having this week She's actually having an interview with an artist, a transgender male artist.
Okay.
That's going to be very. I'm going to be watching because it's a transgender male that actually likes lesbian women.
I don't know.
You gotta tune in.
You have. I'm gonna tune in for
you
that
confused
one.
and fucked up right now, aren't you?
It gets really confusing when trans deal with like trans women deal with trans men or something. But that's what they like. They just want to be.
We should probably.
We're gonna just tune in,
Especially
okay?
being
Let it out Monday,
heterosexual.
7.
We need to tune in and learn some shit. Learn some shit because I'm confused about it. What was said. And when I saw Tuesday, that's what the subject was going to be. I was like, okay, I chimed that on my daggone calendar because I need to see what's that all about.
Then we got Smack Live review.
Well, yeah, Smack Live review. Okay. I don't know if that's actually a set evening.
On Sunday.
Sundays after the update network, the network update.
Okay.
And then Wednesday they got some show on with some dude.
It's called Food for Thought. Some wackos
talks about politics in the world and social justice and things that concern the black community. He's rather a handsome man though.
He's alright.
Smart motherfucker too.
Smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
I like smart guys. Yeah.
And next Thursday is us.
And then Thursday is us, and then we coming up with some new shows. Just keep updated on the page.
On the page, and then
what is the show called?
Some advertisement on Instagram. I've seen. It's NAB.
NAB. Okay. Nut ass bitch. Yeah. That's an acronym.
It seemed rather interesting.
So keep a lookout for that, guys. All right. So that's our show for tonight, guys. All right. Please make sure you share it live. Just share the show. And thanks for tuning in with us. And y'all have a great night and be safe. All right. It's 6 feet, bitch. Bye. Bye.
Watching the silhouette from the candlelight, slipping and sliding a little more to the right. They say other freaky bitches come out at night. Yeah, I'm the one that's full of fun, guaranteed to make you come. I'ma put it down for sure. Once you enter through the door, drop them drawers like a Denzel. I don't believe in snacks.